What's up, everybody? Wittenberg Project. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Here I am this beautiful morning talking about some theology again, sorta. It is, but it's not the typical route that I see when we speak as Lutherans about theology, which I believe is important because theology is much more than just what we call doctrine, like things that are important, like baptism, Lord's Supper, and things like that, heavy topics. It's more about the day-to-day attitudes, things that the Bible speaks about, but for some reason, uh, I don't see in theological circles being discussed. It has to do more with, like I said, daily, day-to-day stuff, personal attitudes, relationships, which, by the way, are a huge part, a huge component as to what makes a Christian life, how we relate to our brothers and sisters, how we relate to people at work, uh, yada yada. So, I mean, you get the point. And you know, these kind of short videos are, in a very real way, like a way for me to, preach to myself the confession and just speak to you guys about my, daily life, my flaws, and things that I have to continue to work on as a person, as a father, as a husband. For my whole life, I've been a very an individual that is very lacking in the aspect of uh, speaking my mind, confessing to people, walking up to people, and letting them know things that I don't like, and it's very easy for me to hold grudges and just to you know go dark, disappear, erase people, which is of course exacerbated by social media. You can just mute somebody, block, but there are certain situations where you simply cannot do that. And I'm thinking of the passage of I don't know the chapter and verse, but is the passage where uh, it says, if you have something against your brother or your sister, before you go to the temple and give your offerings or tithes or whatever, that you need to go to him or her and confess, resolve that issue, and then you can continue worshiping the Lord. Which is that passage is something you can really delve into a lot of things from that verse. And so, like I was saying before, there are certain situations where you cannot, you just can't run. You just have to face it. Like if you are in a situation like mine, where you have more than four kids living in your house, uh, I'm not American. I was not born here, although I've lived here for you know almost a decade, and married, you know, new culture and that kind of stuff. And of course, a situation of the unescapable reality that uh, there's going to be personality wars, there's going to be disagreements, there's going to be fights and stuff like that. You just have to face it. You cannot mute these people. You cannot block them. This is reality. Okay. Same thing at work. Unless you plan to move from job to job every 6 months when you have a disagreement with someone at work, which is not an adult and functional way to go about life. You just have to face the music and deal with it. And so for a very long time, someone at work had reported me, right? And it seemed like it was a lot of people. It was a very small department, not even five people in that place. And I'm a contractor. I think most of you know this. And it came to the ears of the manager of the department that for the hospital I work for. And then it was made known to the owner of the company that I work for. She communicated this. Of course, I was upset. I was a little bit frustrated at her because it was not a place I wanted to work in the first place. Bottom line is, like, I did what my sinful nature, selfish nature likes to do, which is, uh, you know, just hold the grudges, delete these people from your life, opt not to work in that area anymore, and pretty much cut it off. And of course, people notice that you are absent, that kind of stuff. And people have to move on because this is a business. It's not really a family. But then last week, the one of the ladies, who's a Puerto Rican lady that still works there. He has a supervisory role. Came to me and was happy to see me. Said that they missed me over there and that kind of stuff. And I found a way to tell them about the grievances that they had reported to the owner of the company, and some issues that I some clashes that I had with her daughter, which is that was kind of a bold move by me because if you understand our culture, speaking about other people's children in a not so positive way can really be devastating. But I did it, and it was an eye-opening situation. Uh, she admitted that her daughter does have uh, strong character. That as parents, that they're Christians. This lady, she and her husband and her family are Christians. They go to a MacArthur church. Anyways, I think I posted a picture of them on my Twitter account. Yes, I did. They're MacArthur Bible and that kind of stuff. But bottom line is, we had a chance to talk over things. She apologized. She says that she had no knowledge about this complaint. That she never heard of it. I believe her. Um, but it taught me a lesson that uh, you really have to mature, and that God has put us in certain situations to force us to grow as Christians. It's very easy to hide behind the doctrinal stuff. Um, it's all done in solitude, sort of. But if you think about it, most churches, most of our family members that are not in good standing with us, or problems that we have as a family, they have nothing to do with doctrine, really, per se. It is more an issue of not feeling loved, not feeling understood, that their humanity is not, taken care of, if you will, that we haven't really obeyed the commandment given to us by Scripture as to how to deal with these kind of situations. And I really believe that as a community, if we were more involved with one another, if we were more vulnerable, if we left our pride aside, and again, I'm speaking to myself. I'm not just saying that, whatever. It's just to me, like for real. Then we wouldn't we would really live rich Christian lives. It would really make a difference. And to me, it was an embarrassment. I was very, very happy. It felt like, in a way, like I flushed a toilet. Excuse the graphic, because it's like you're holding to all these things unnecessarily. You're having an impression about people that is unwarranted. You are sinning against people. You have broken up opportunities to grow professionally and stuff like that. I gotta speak to myself without really needing to. And so I just wanted to put that out there. You know, over here we're just human beings. We have flaws. We have communication is difficult. I'll tell you, being married is difficult. Uh, I have compassion. I understand a lot of people that get divorced, or I mean, you know, over communication issues, arrogance, pride, not having the tools or the wherewithal, the knowledge to communicate properly. It really affects people. It really is really a shame. And I'm trying to work on that. I want to be a better husband, a better dad, a better coworker. I want to get to that point where, you know what, I want to be free, and I want to walk light. I don't want to carry a load of anger and grudges. Walk to people, speak to them, and I think most people would appreciate that you come to them honestly. And they'll be shocked. They'll be shocked because we're simply not a society where people come to you with their grievances. It is easier, the cowardly way to go about things, again, preaching to myself, judging myself, is to speak behind people's backs, not to confront them, to gossip, to destroy their character. That's the easy, the cowardly way, the fleshly way, because it gives you kind of a way of power and control. Humility, confronting, confession, asking questions, approaching people with the right attitude, that is a thing of God's. That is a thing of Christians. And it really demands fortitude of character. It really, if you want to be a real man, that's what you do. If you want to be a real woman, that's what you do. It's easy to jump on social media and blast people and mock and laugh. The difficult thing is to be humble, to really strive for a solution, to really strive for growth, which a lot of people on social media are not interested in that. They're interested in exacerbating their problem, because exacerbating their problem pays more dividends. That's a different conversation. But that's my encouragement to you this morning. You wanna be a mature Christian? Don't be like me. Or strive to be like what I'm striving to be, which is grab the phone, pick up the cell phone, meet people, tell them, find a way to be mature about approaching them and telling them, hey, this is what I'm feeling. And I'm trying to understand. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm trying to be positive. But I'm trying to give you I'm trying to assume that I'm in the wrong here. And this is what I see, this is what I feel. Give me your side, please. And once you do that, it is my belief that you're truly working and walking towards Christ likeness like nothing else before. That's my opinion. It really is. At least for people like me. Those who hold grudges, those who like to, introverted characters, those who, maybe for some people it's easy than for others. But for me, it's not. God knows that. I'm full of pride. I'm arrogant. Try to resolve the world in my own mind. You know what I'm saying? Instead of approaching people. Shame on me. That's not the way it should be done. Um, and thankfully, I've had people in my life that have confronted me about that and challenged me. And I'm asking God to help me in that aspect. And so, an opportunity to grow. So, just wanted to encourage you with that. Have a great morning, and I'll see you around. Dr. Tenacious. You know what to do. Comment, subscribe, uh, like the video, share it, and let me know what you think. I'll see you around.